basically ransom your way back in the game.
We don't negotiate with terrorists.
Oh, they don't negotiate. It's a pretty hard set price. It's like CarMax.
I'm gonna start, and then.
I'm so excited.
All right. Hey, everybody! Welcome to the Bloody and Sutty show. I am SuttySmash, and this
Is Bloody the Elf, and welcome to the show for functioning derelicts by functioning derelicts. We have the start of a new mini-series tonight. Are you thrilled? Kind of excited?
I'm exhilarated. Yeah.
I can tell you this right now. My undergarments are a frothin' over
And if
this.
I wore undergarments, man,
So it's
they
just going
would be
down your leg.
Oh, raping! Welcome in, man.
Dude.
Dude.
Okay, so kind of off topic a little bit, but I wanted to at least
Okay.
talk to you about it.
Sure.
Because it's kind of crazy. Remember how we were making fun of the coronavirus a lot last time? And now it's
Yeah.
like,
A real thing.
now it's kind of concerning. Dude,
Dude, we went to the store yesterday, just to get things, you know, for.
you ain't getting
stuff.
shit.
No, we got what we needed. I mean, we bought what we needed. Like, we are lucky in that I am an idiot, and
That's
the
just
last
sad.
couple times I went to Costco, I'm like, do we have toilet paper? I don't know. I'm just gonna get toilet paper. So we have like, 87 rolls of fucking toilet paper. Like, but this is before the whole coronavirus thing happened, so we just happen to have it because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a fucking thing, dude. Here's the thing that I don't get, right? Everybody's going, like, when I was driving to work, there was like a quarter-mile long car line to get into Costco just to park, right? It was past baseline. And what I don't understand is everybody's like, I'm terrified of the coronavirus. I'm gonna go where everybody fucking is. Like, a large group of people in a store, in a warehouse, fucking, to get fucking toilet paper. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, it's just wash your hands, fucking don't let people cough down your fucking throat. And what it is, people are just, it's people's reactions and overreactions and the way that people are just going fucking nuts. That's gonna be where the big issue is. Now, that being said, if looting happens, I want in. Like, I wanna loot some stuff. I wanna get in some looting.
There's things that I would like to have, you know,
Yeah,
like
me too. A monitor, a
water.
desk. I want to loot selfishly. Like, I don't want to loot for basic
Needs.
necessities. I want to loot for cool shit. And but here's the thing, right? I was thinking about it. We were talking. There's this guy that works for me. He's from Venezuela, and he's like, I haven't seen a riot in a little bit. So if there is one, I'd like to go.
Yeah, I'd like to be a part of that.
And he's like, people used to have Molotov cocktails and shit, and they'd throw them. And I'm like, but nobody has grain alcohol anymore because these fucking wackos are trying to make homemade hand sanitizer out of it.
Yeah.
So you can't even make fucking Molotov cocktails anymore.
No. That's
I thought this was America. That is fair.
I luckily in the toilet paper department am a male. I bought toilet paper like 2 months ago, so I still have like 100.
That's a thing, man.
I have no. I think I have 7 rolls of toilet paper left, so that should last me another 7 months.
Yeah, amen. Before Marie, right? I'd go to Costco for toilet paper. I'm like, well, no matter what happens, I'm good on toilet paper. It's like that scene from Fight Club. Like, no matter what happens, I've got my coffee table covered. Like that's a thing that I don't ever have to worry about.
Yeah,
like, that's what toilet paper was for me until Marie, because Marie's one of those. Why do you wrap it all the way around? Do you wrap it all the way around?
The back of your hand is not touching your anus.
Right?
Stop doing that.
Thank you.
You know what I do? All right, Bloody's tips for wiping ass. 4 at a time. You go 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut it. Fold it in half 3 times with a ridge going kind of out and around, so you twist it once, so then it makes like a cup, and you just pull. You're pretty much good. You may want to do 1 more of those, like half size, so you're 6 through. That's how many pieces of toilet paper you use for the day.
See, this is how I do it, right? I'm 4 to 6.
Okay, fair.
Maybe 8 if it's, watery.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all out. That doesn't count if it's just like a fire hose.
But standard 4 to 6, and then you fold in half twice.
Yeah.
No matter which one you're doing, you fold it in half twice, so you have enough coverage. You get back there, and here's the thing, and I know that we've had this conversation, but let's have it again. When you wipe, do you look?
You have to. How else do you know if you're clean or not?
But here's the thing: I look the first time. It's like, yep, that's shit. Like there it is. I had. Like it's there, like it's not a question. Every once in a while though, I'll wipe it and be like, oh wow,
that's why I check clean. Because if you have that real solid shit and it leaves nothing behind, I'm wiping 1 time, seeing nothing on there, and I'm like, oh, we're good. I'm not going for round 2 for no reason. I'm not wasting that shit, especially now. Even now I'm like, it'll be good enough.
Yeah, I remember I sent you that meme where it's like wipe, and blood, and I'm done.
Yeah, you wipe till it's red.
Blood on the toilet paper, then that's when you know. That's when you know you're done.
Well, you know it's good.
Fucking it. That's funny, man. Oh, dude, another thing, right? One of my friends went to Costco and she took a little video because people, were lining up for the fucking toilet paper.
Got it. Yeah.
And she has a baby, like an infant and a toddler, and they were in the cart, and she's just trying to go get to the diapers, and some old ass dude just fucking rams her cart like, bah! Are you trying to cut me in line for fucking toilet paper? She's like, no, I'm getting fucking diapers. Will you calm the fuck down?
Ew.
Oh, I hate people so much.
You should just yell at them. It's already gone anyway, you old cunt.
Oh, people are awful. Fucking awful.
That's when you're like, you know what, dude? Say another word. I'm gonna break your hip. Get your osteoporosis stinking ass part away from mine.
But dude, seriously, this is a real
It's
thing.
It's a thing now. Have you ever experienced anything like this before?
The only thing that I could put that's marginally close, and this is beyond it by a damn sight, but fucking Y2K. You remember Y2K?
I was gonna say, yeah, but this is way more than that ever was.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, nobody's building bunkers. Well, I'm sure some people are building bunkers, but
yeah. No, that's the bunker builder's gonna build bunkers though. That's just gonna be a thing.
Prepper's gonna prep.
Oh yeah, vaguely. Doobie's right. The only thing he says, the only thing I can compare to is the gun shortage when Obama was coming out with gun laws. Remember, they would buy all the ammo?
I do, and ammo was jacked up. Yeah. One of my friends, Provac says, one of my friends can't get milk, diapers, wipes for his newborn child due to the crisis. SARS, Y2K. Yeah, I remember SARS.
SARS wasn't this bad though, not even close. The only thing that really that was this close, legitimately, 9/11. That's like as close as it's gonna get. And even that wasn't this. Not even close.
I don't remember I honestly don't remember 9/11 being that. Well, 9/11 wasn't that bad.
No, but in terms of like being able to go and buy
mouth,
stuff,
yeah.
when you say that out loud,
Yeah. Hear me out.
Yeah, hang on. Big disclaimer on that.
But yeah, man, I don't remember being. This is the first time that I've gone to a store and like shelves are literally wiped, like just nothing. That said, I did get some fucking T-bones for like $13. I wasn't upset about it.
No, I wouldn't be either.
I was like, ooh, all right, fucking get in there. Global impact versus effect in the U.S. are two different things. That's very true.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
When 9/11 happened, I remember in my town, everybody went and like bought up rice, water, and all that stuff. And there was a shortage, but it wasn't gone.
I remember I got real nervous because I went to I was in high school at the time when 9/11 happened, right? But I drove to In-N-Out, and I remember there weren't supposed to be any planes flying at all.
Yeah.
Like the U.S. just suspended all flights.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then I just remembered I was in the drive-thru at In-N-Out, and then I just heard like a jet going overhead.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah,
that's not
normal.
Then, because we're so close to the Air Force Base, it was I was like, whew, all right, war's not happening right now.
Yeah.
Provac says, I'm from Newfoundland, just outside Gander, and the amount of lights that were shuttled to our small airport during 9/11 was insane. Yeah, or amount of flights rather, not lights.
Yeah.
No, that was nerve-wracking for me. I was like, is shit about to go down and I haven't gotten my double yet? Like, what the fuck?
Priorities. I just remember that I lived literally across the street from an airport. Like my house was here and the end of the airport's runway was here. So we had over our house constantly. Just the rest of that day was just dead silent. We were like, this is creepy.
It's eerie. It's eerie. It was really eerie because living in Arizona in the Central Valley or the East Valley, you're used to seeing fucking just constant fucking planes incoming just all the time, and the sky was fucking empty, so it was just like
weird.
This isn't right. Yeah, that was weird for sure.
Yeah, that was a weird time. This is though different in the sense that
it's very different.
Same level of concern though, where it's just like, here's the problem though too, and this is my issue with everything. I still don't think coronavirus is that big of a deal. I am not worried about it. My concern now is the public panic issue. Public panic is always the issue, right? Like that exacerbates any issue
to the nth degree, you know. So coronavirus is basically the flu on steroids from what I've gathered, but it's resistant to antiviral medications, so there's no medication you take for it. It's just hope you make it through, you know. Have fun with that little bit of pneumonia.
Yeah.
And that's what gets you is the pneumonia. It's not the fucking coronavirus itself, it's the inevitable pneumonia afterwards where you're like, you know, what I had.
I think you had it.
I'm about 80% sure I had coronavirus.
I'm pretty sure you did.
I didn't get tested for it. I think my flu turned into the coronavirus.
Well, I think you had it the whole time. And the funny thing is we joked about it, but
we did.
This is why I'm not that concerned about it, because look at you.
Yeah. Strapping
2 weeks later.
Fucking,
looking good.
You just fight through it. And,
how you feeling?
Okay. Like, I hurt all the time, but that's just being old.
I mean, like, in relation to
oh,
normal, right?
Yeah, normal-ish. I'm still getting a little bit of that lung butter out, but not to the same degree that I was. Like, I'm not hacking up a lung every other sentence like it was for a bit, but I can breathe.
Yeah, like it's bizarre in the sense that now my work is like you don't have to come. Like go ahead and work from home.
Dude, work is insane. So here's the problem with work, right? They're communicating shit out as they're thinking of it.
Yeah.
And then backpedaling, readjusting, communicating that out, and being like, "Oh, that was a terrible idea." Like, and so like for us, they're like, "Hey, half of you are going to Tempe, half of you are staying in Gilbert. We're gonna space you out to every other chair. Oh wait, no, you guys are gonna be work from home. Oh wait, no, we don't have the fucking hardware for that.
Yeah.
Oh wait, maybe, I don't know." And it's like people are getting fucking confused over it because, you know, higher ups are scrambling over this shit. And I'm like, hey, how about ever just fucking calm down and
Figure out what you want to do.
let's get our shit together.
Make a plan and then implement it. Not stop shooting from the hip.
But it's a fucking shit show. There are a couple people on my team that I'm, you know, real glad that there's one that has an specific illness that like that happened before all this shit started.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm real glad we fucking got him out of there because he could have literally died. Like,
yeah,
this could have killed him. And I'm like, ooh, fucking dodgeable there, because if we tried to do what we did for him now, it would be almost impossible. Yeah, it would be almost impossible to do that shit. And it's like, fuck me. But yeah, dude, it's mind blowing. Like the way that people are reacting to this shit. Sports are canceled? What? Sports?
They were even going to do sports to no audience, like with no crowd.
Yeah.
But then they're like, you're giving it to each other.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they had that. What was the one guy who was dicking around and touching all the mics, and then turns out he had it?
What? I didn't see that.
You didn't hear about that? Chat, both streams. What was his guy? Rudy Goldberg. That was his name.
What?
He was talking about how he's not afraid of the coronavirus and all that. I'm not that. He had it, but just wasn't showing symptoms yet.
Yeah.
And then he gave it to Donovan Mitchell. And then, but yeah, like he went through all of the, you know, like at a press conference, and then he had his hands and he was wiping his hands all over all the microphones from all the different networks, and he had it. And then he gave it to one of his teammates. Now 3 people from the Jazz have it.
Oh yeah, they quarantined the Jazz and the, I don't know, the Notes or whatever the fuck the WNBA.
They're not a real team. It doesn't matter.
Equivalent is.
All what it is.
But yeah, they fucking quarantined them all into the fucking stadium, if I remember right.
Thunder is
for a bit. A Thunder, yeah.
But
happy International Women's Day.
Yeah. We canceled your sport as a whole. We don't think it's going to recover. You guys should probably preferably doing things that like all people
matter.
Like reaching shit. Grabbing the water for all the people that are buying it up.
Watch. Yeah. God, we're assholes. Yeah, man, it is fucking crazy, man. Well, here's the concerning thing, right? Because Phillips and I were talking about it, and we have babies coming, you know, like soon.
Yeah.
And that part is nerve-wracking. And there was the first newborn case of coronavirus in England, and they aren't sure if the baby got it while in the womb, like if it was just like in utero, or if it got it immediately after it was born, because the mom had it.
Yeah.
And it was like, and that's terrifying because babies are, you know, fucking babies. They're fragile.
Yeah. This is a baby.
Yeah.
We're just being babies.
But yeah, it's nerve-wracking. And I feel bad for Phillips because he's got pneumonia. It's not coronavirus, but he's got viral pneumonia, and his baby's due in like 3 weeks. It's like, shit.
3 weeks is enough time, though, for it maybe to die down. But I would have said that 2 weeks ago. Here we are.
Yeah. Hopefully, the Winchester is open.
Yes.
Just go over there.
A pint.
Kill Phil. Sorry, Phil.
Sorry, Phil. Rescue Mom.
Rescue Mom and Liz. Just go to the Winchester. Have a nice cold pint and wait for the salt to blow over.
Oh, dude. Speaking of Mom.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Latest parent news, because we haven't ever made it a show without talking about them.
Is Mom okay?
They're self-quarantining. They're like not seeing anyone.
Really?
My dad is so...
Did your dad buy Carnival stock? Like I told you to tell him?
Oh, I don't know. I forgot.
Oh, well. Dude,
we should have.
So Carnival Cruise it usually hovers between $50 $55, but because of the coronavirus, like all stocks are on sale.
Mm-hmm.
And the Carnival Cruise was down to like $14.97. So it was like drastically, like super cheap. And if I had money, I would have done that. But yeah. And then it jumped back up to I think 30. So I mean, even if
double your money.
You bought early, you doubled your money. Fucking A. God damn it! I wish I had money. But anyway, Corona Watch 2020.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna spend way too much time normal. I'm gonna do that.
Do it to the Law and Order sound.
Okay, that's easier. Then I don't have to go searching for sounds.
But just have it like, dude, make it real crude and awful. Like,
okay. It's gonna be like the beer watch. It'll watch. Done.
Yeah, do it. It's gonna be so cool.
Watch.
We've been at work. I've been calling it the Modelo virus because Corona's a beer and Modelo's another Mexican beer. And that's the other thing is people are so stupid. They're like, I'm not drinking coronavirus. Coincidence?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's exactly that. That's
nailed it.
what it is. Yeah, isn't it ironic?
Don't you think?
It's like rain. Oh man, let me tell you how happy that conversation made me the other day. It's like define irony. It's like rain.
What were you talking about? Do you remember?
No, but you just softballed it in there, and I'm like,
oh, yeah.
Well, Alanis Morissette.
Underhand pitch, bro.
Yeah. That's Alanis Morissette, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But hey, we've taken quite the tangent.
Have we ever? I bet a lot of this gets cut.
Yeah, let's get into it. March of the Colts.
March of the Colts. Maybe put something up and maybe not. And we'll tell. Yeah, dude. All right, so we're doing a new mini series. It's going to go through the month of March, kind of like March Madness, but we're going to be covering world's favorite cults.
Yep.
And this evening we will be covering Heaven's Gate.
Mm-hmm. So you were covering stuff. I was covering beliefs. I remember that.
All right, you are going to be talking about the actual cult beliefs themselves.
Yeah.
And I'm going to cover the leader itself. So it's kind of like there's two parts to every cult.
Leaders, because there were
a few.
Yeah, there were a few. Yeah.
And but primarily one. But in this case, it was the guy with the big ears. And so
and the big eyes.
Yeah, he was fucking weird. So you're going to talk about, I got basic information on the cult itself.
Yeah. Like
number of members, and I'll talk about the leader, you talk about the cult themselves. How should we...
I'll start with the beliefs. Like just real top, like high level view of what they believed.
Cool.
And the fuck thing is, right, it's not too far from fucking Scientology, which is a...
Kind of funny how that works, isn't it?
Yeah. Samara's rubbing her head against my arm like a fucking cat. She's like,
kitty.
Yeah, she's meowing right now too. She's like, meow. Yeah, it's not too far from that. So the Heaven's Gate believes that the Earth was going to be recycled or rejuvenated or what have you. Like it was by 2027, I think the year was, that the Earth was just gonna revert back. Everything was gonna be fucking, you know, recycled. And in order to survive, you had to become the evolutionary level above human, or Tila is what they called it. And at first they thought that was going that like a literal spaceship was going to come get you. But then their original leader died of cancer. So threw a wrench in that gear, and they're like, oh yeah, that's so instead of dying of cancer, or instead of getting picked up by a spaceship, your soul or your mind is elevated and carried off by a spaceship. Like your essence goes to the spaceship.
You know what's funny is if he hadn't died, they may all still be alive.
I know.
They're still just waiting to get picked up.
Because the other dude picked it up and he's like, yeah, spin it right now. But they were real big into dude, it was so close to Scientology, like disturbingly so. When I was doing the research for this, I was like, this is Scientology, just everybody's dead, so it's not Scientology. But they believe that extraterrestrials were coming out, and the big thing at the time when they ended up putting their Nike shoes on and committing, they didn't believe in suicide, so they were real big on, hey, don't kill yourself, that's not what this is about, but that you elevate yourself to a new life, right? So what they believed is that they weren't committing suicide when they did what they did. They were just all communing together to elevate themselves to this next level. And at the time, God, I don't even remember what year it was 97?
Yeah.
97.
97.
When Hale-Bopp came around, right? That was the perfect scapegoat. They're like, there's a UFO behind Hale-Bopp that's going to take us as we elevate, and it's going to pick us up, and we're going to be on this new life. Like, that's what we're going to do. And so they believed deeply in the ancient astronaut theory, like that we were seeded by fucking ancient aliens, which, you know, guilty pleasure mine. I love that. I love that fucking show.
Yeah, I love that show. I go to sleep watching that every night.
So do I. And Marie likes it too, so we'll fucking watch all the new episodes and shit. Like, we just get balls deep into there. But they initially believed that, you know, they were physically going to be picked up by a spacecraft, and then their leader died of cancer. So they were like, oh yeah, no, that's not a thing. We're definitely gonna be like our soul or their mind. That they named it those two things. They're would come get it, would, you know, be elevated into the spaceship somehow. So yeah, they saw after their original leader died of cancer, they saw that a natural death or a dignified death, like dying in a dignified manner, it would elevate you up to the Tila or whatever the fuck it was. And that guy, what was his name? Applegate? Applewhite?
It was Applewhite.
Applewhite. That guy looked like he did all of the cocaine, like all of it, because he was just constantly like this, like wide-eyed, and I was like, oh fuck, willful exit from the body in a dignified manner. Near the end, Applewhite had a revelation that they might have to abandon their human bodies and achieve the next level as Jesus had done, because he willfully gave his life. Dude, it was fucking insane. But yeah, they were very into aliens, and thought that, you know, escalating their souls would get them taken to the next level, the next evolutionary. And gist of Heaven's Gate, that's what they believed in. They were riding on the tail of Hail Bob, which is really pretty. I remember seeing that when I was a kid.
Like a triangle flying. It was actually pretty cool. And then, so specifically, are you good, or do you have more?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
So the cult leader, I have a ton of information. I'm gonna try and bring this down. Was officially the leader was Marshall Irf Applewhite. He was born in May of 1931 in Spur, Texas. He was actually a fairly normal dude until his turn to religion. He graduated from Austin College in 1952 and then got married and had a couple of kids. Fairly normal. And then once he was, he also spent 2 years in the army. And then during the 60s, that's kind of when his life fell apart. He was divorced from his wife named Anne in 1968, and then began to struggle with his sexual identity. And then by 1970, he had suffered a complete nervous breakdown and left his job. And 2 years later, Applewhite met Bonnie Lou Nettles, who was kind of partner.
That was the original. Yeah, she was the original one. Yeah.
She was a nurse with a strong knowledge of the Bible, as well as the interest for unusual matters. They would later decide that they were the two mentioned in the Book of Revelation, that they were on an important spiritual mission. Applewhite and Nettles spent months on the road, wandering kind of aimlessly around the country, believing that their higher calling allowed them to ignore earthly life. The pair was eventually arrested for credit card fraud in 1974. Those charges were, however, dropped, but Applewhite had another crime that he had stolen a rental car. He rented it out of St. Louis and then was just driving it around the country, and then he got popped for that, and he did 6 months in prison.
He also thought he was a direct descendant of Jesus.
Well, he probably was, but I don't know. Anyway, during his confinement, he began trying to refine his beliefs was sharing with Nettles. They thought that they would come from what they termed the level above human, talking about a physical and literal version of heaven and outer space, and were sent to help others to reach this next level. To them, the human body was just a vehicle, and that to ascend from this world, the people had to separate from all that was human themselves, including their earthly needs and desires, and they believed that a UFO would soon take them back to the next level after completing their mission.
What's funny, right, is I remember a Saturday Night Live skit that Will Ferrell did about this whole thing, where they're like, "Oh shit, he was right. Here's live coverage from the fucking UFO."
Hey!
Go ahead and put that. Yeah. Go
I
ahead
saw
and
that.
put that in post right here, because it's real good, and it's only like 30 seconds, but man, it was so good. But yeah, sorry, continue.
That was it. And then so a couple of things, like, so once they had got together and they were starting to spread this word, they have then created the Heaven's Gold, or Heaven. It's
Heaven's Gold.
That was a combination of gay cult. Their beliefs, and at peak members, they only had 41 people. It wasn't like a
but
widespread
it was very
thing.
Widely publicized.
Yeah, it got a lot of coverage because of
and
oddity.
Their site is still up from 1996.
Gate.com.
Like heavensgate.com. Get in there. But here's the thing, it wasn't a short-lived thing. Like, it went from like the mid 70s to the late 90s. It was like I think 74, 75 up to well, obviously when they died, 1997. It was a long time. And I think the original chick, Nettles, she died in like 1984, which is when Applewhite had to like be like, "Oh, hey, BT dubs." Not a literal spaceship, figurative, metaphorical spaceship. It's metaphorical. Fucking Yeah, that's when that kicked off. But yeah.
Anyway, so how I think the biggest thing that made them famous was that they found them dead. And do you have the information on how they killed themselves? Because I do.
Go for it. Get in there.
To kill themselves, members took phenobarbital mixed with applesauce or pudding and washed it down with vodka. Additionally, they secured plastic bags around their heads after ingesting the mix to induce asphyxiation. There were actually 39 who died. All 39 were dressed in identical black shirts and sweatpants.
And Nikes.
Brand new black and white Nike Decades athletic shoes and armband patches reading Heaven's Gate away team. They took a lot of stuff from Star Trek, and no one thought that was weird. Each member had on their person a $5 bill and 3 quarters in their pocket. The $5 bill was to cover the vagrancy fines while members were on jobs. All the quarters were to make phone calls. Once dead, a living member would arrange the body by removing the plastic bag from the person's head. They would then pose the bodies as they lay neatly in their bed, their faces and torsos covered by a square purple cloth by the sea. The identical clothing was used as uniform for the mass suicide, represent unity, while the Nike Decades were chosen. They got a good deal on them. The 39 adherents, 21 women, 18 men between the ages of 26 and 72 are believed to have died 3 different groups over 3 successive days, while remaining participants would clean up after each group. The suicide occurred in 1959 between somewhere around March 22nd and March.
Yeah, I remember when this shit happened. I was
I do
was
too.
Young. Yeah, I was like 12.
I was 13.
I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
I was still 12. Yeah.
Yeah. Why
Wild,
the fuck
right?
are these people doing this? And my mom's like, I don't know. Fucking people are stupid.
Yeah. People are stupid.
My grandma's very much the same, but it was nuts, dude. I remember it being a very big news story, and yeah, fucking. Yeah, it was just fucking weird. And they showed the videos of Applewhite talking about it, and he released a video, I think, like 3 days before they all killed themselves as well, and about what was gonna happen and all this other shit. It's like fucking A, this and they really believe too is the fuck part, and that's the fuck part about just cults in general, right? Is the level of charisma, and not even just the charisma of the leaders, but the naivete of the followers, that they're just like, yes, bought in to this. Yeah. Clearly, UFOs behind this comet. How could you not? You know?
Yeah.
It's. I don't know. We so the company that I work for, GoDaddy, we host a site for a guy who does this stuff, who does studies of cults and tries to help people get out of cults. His name is Rick Ross. Ironically, not the rapper Rick Ross, but he's very white.
Or the crack dealer.
Or the crack dealer Rick Ross. But he did like consulting work on Far Cry 5 because that was a cult, right?
Yeah.
But I remember talking to him fairly in depth about like the mentality of people that dig into this, and it's just people trying to find something to believe in because they're in such a desperate point in their life that they just need something to hold on to and need somebody to show them the way. And so it's not necessarily just because they believe in the cause, they just need to believe in something. And
matter of belonging, you know?
Yeah, and somebody gave them the time to just the one-on-one personal time to be like, hey, here you go. And that's literally all that it took for these 41 people.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. Like, this definitely isn't the worst one in the list of things that we have. There are others that are just proper fucked. Burrovac says, trying to understand the life of Applewhite and Nettles necessary if you're looking at Heaven's Gate. This isn't, hey guys, let's have a kegger and then drink some rat poison. It was decades in the making. Yeah. Fucking 20 years, dude. 20 years of just nestling into these 41 people's minds.
Yeah.
Like, luckily, and that's, like, I say it jokingly, but I mean, luckily, they were only able to get 41 fucking people, right? It wasn't like other ones where it's like a whole fucking community of people that are forced to fucking do this shit.
Yeah.
Like, as mass suicides go, you know, this was fairly low in number and less haunting. Yeah, less haunting than some other ones. Because I mean, I know we have it in the list of cults that we're gonna go through, but you know, plug. Definitely watch us when we talk about the fucking People's Temple, because that was
Jesus.
That one was fucked. Like, I remember going down a fucking rabbit hole when I was in my early 20s, just looking through shit and hearing videos or not videos, but hearing audio recordings of
when they did it.
Yeah,
I've heard it, and it was like, it bothered. To this day, bothers me.
Like, I still hear it, and you hear kids crying in the background, and it's like, ugh, like it's unfucking settling. So I mean, the fact that these are all people who chose this, right? They all decided this is what they were gonna do. Sits better with, like, and I hate to say it like that, right? But it sits better with me than the People's Temple, where they're like, fuck, you're gonna drink this shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's different, but it's still proper fucked, like, no matter how you look at it, but less fucked than it could have been.
Yeah.
You know?
It could have been way worse.
Oh, yeah.
Not good, but what are you gonna do? It was thing.
Yep. People being people.
Yeah.
No face. Frovac says, no Facebook, no Twitter, no TikTok. We're now able to disseminate our message in seconds compared to Heaven's Gate. Yeah, that's fair. But the People's Temple too, they had significantly more before this was a thing. Before, you know, the internet and mass production of messages.
Heaven's Gate had a website.
Do. They sure did, and they do. I wonder who the fuck maintains it. You know what I mean? Like, gotta renew this. Clearly, make sure you get those star gifts in there, because those are there. The star gift background. Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle.
That basic HTML ain't gonna good forever.
Oh man. But yeah, that's fucking Heaven's Gate.
Yeah. Burvac, I think, said it best. What made it less extreme was forcing it upon someone rather than them choosing to.
Yeah.
Suicide versus murder. You know what I mean? Like, it's, call it what it is. Call straight.
Yeah. Man, I'm not looking. Here's the thing, right? We're gonna talk about it. That's what I'm not looking forward to digging into. You know what I mean? Like, we'll dig into it, but I'm not looking forward to it, because I remember vividly. Like, I don't have to do a lot of research because it's etched into my brain.
Yeah, that was. I can hear it, like, in my head, like him talking to people and then talking to him, and then
the crying and the screaming and shit. Like, just
that was fun. It's available to listen to online. I would strongly suggest you not.
Yeah, don't do it.
It's like those.
And then there's like a fucking helicopter view of fucking the compound and shit.
When they found them.
Oh, yeah. I don't. And I remember all of it. Like, it's right there. Like, oh man, I don't like it. We'll talk about it. We'll get into it. in the coming weeks, but fuck me, man. It's real fucked.
Yeah, don't like it.
Anyway.
Was that
This
the guy
weekend,
that raided with guns and they shot back? No, that was Waco, wasn't it? We're talking about the people that were like
Yeah,
moved
that's
to...
Waco. That's the Davidian something.
This
I don't
was
remember.
Jim Jones's cult.
Yeah, Jim Jones, and there's a movie that John Goodman is in. Fuck. What's it called? It's very
I
similar.
saw it, but it was
It's
like
very,
that.
it was good. It was really good, and very well done. But yeah, it was a lot like that. Fuck, what was it called?
Look it up. I'll wait.
I got you.
And then Waco had one made after it too that was similar.
That
It was
was,
like the red something.
Yeah, Red State.
Red State,
Red
yeah.
State.
Uh,
That was based off of like off of Waco
Yeah.
slash the what's the fucking that big controversial one?
I
Oh
don't
my
know.
god, what are they called? Holy shit, what are they called? Yeah, it was the Davidians. Yeah, in Waco. Need to keep the subscription to GeoCities running strong. Yeah, goddamn right.
It's hosted on HostGator. They even have the HostGator like on in the. Yeah, it's a trip to go see the actual website that they had.
Yeah, like heavensgate.com. Get there. It's fucking weird. It's not haunting, but it's just fucking.
It's very
It's weird.
stuck in
You
time.
look at it and you're like, holy shit, yeah, that's the fucking mid '90s for sure.
Yeah, it'll take you back. Here, I'll pull it up.
You know what? I don't think that it was. I don't think it was John Goodman. It was just a dude that looked like John Goodman.
That might be it. I saw it though. It was one of those
It was on
Netflix
Netflix.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Where is it? The Sacrament, and it wasn't
That's it.
John Goodman. Yeah, The Sacrament. That was the one. So yeah, that's fucking Heaven's Gate, guys.
Heaven's Gate. Let's do a little This Week in Dumb.
All right.
Skip to
Lulu, skip to my Lou, Lulu, skip to my Lou, Lou.
All right, I got a couple of stories here for you.
All right.
All right, I just have the titles, but I think that they're good enough. One came from Senator Lucido ordered to take sexual harassment sensitivity training after allegedly sexually harassing women during sexual harassment sensitivity training.
Wow.
You better take it again.
That's like sexual harassment inception.
Yeah, it was pretty hardcore.
That's fucking nuts. It's like, yo, dog, I heard you like sexual harassment. Well, how about having sexual harassment and sexual harassment training?
That was
Prevention. Indiana. I really hope I'm right.
holy shit. I think you might be right.
No shit, really? Senator Lucido.
Michigan, close.
Real close, yeah. Of course it's Michigan. Of course it is.
Detroit.
Anyway.
Get an unfortunate pattern of inappropriate workplace behavior. And he's also been removed from the Advice and Consent Committee.
Probably a good call.
Probably a good call. All right,
Yeah.
This next story I think resonated with me because it's the premise of it is actually something that my grandpa used to do, my dad's dad.
Okay.
And he did this, but just because he didn't want to pay for it. Was a Louisiana driver with license plate that expired in 1997 was pulled over and told police, "I've been busy and I forgot."
I think I read this. It's like you've been busy for fucking 25 years. Holy shit.
So my grandpa used to do this to the extent that he had skipped so many years on his trailer, like his boat trailer, having it registered, that the actual fee for the fine was now less than what it would be to have renewed it. So he just ran with it. Like, I'll take the fine when they give it to me because I'm going to save money on the fine that I would have over the time that it took for them.
Renewing the...
And in his defense, he only used the trailer 2 times a year. It was to put the boat in the water, take the boat out. And it went like 4 miles, like to where they would store it and back to the marina. So he was like, I'm not paying $40 for that. Like,
yeah, fuck that.
So he didn't. And then eventually the fine would have been, he never got caught though. Eventually when he had passed the plate, it expired like 20 years.
Tags. Yeah.
It was funny. But yep.
That's fantastic.
Good old New Orleans. There you go. Wanted cow that has evaded the U.S. police since January was faster than it looks. Have a good night, Ray.
That's awesome.
The cow described as faster than it looks is wanted by the U.S. police after avoiding capture over a month. The elusive female has been in the loose in South Florida since late January, and local authorities have now issued a wanted poster. It's out of Florida. Finally, back to Florida. A poster shared on Twitter, the Pembroke Pines Police Department reads, "Wanted, unknown cow." Description: female cow, brown with a white head, faster than it looks, talented fence jumper, enjoys pools. Pending charges include moving violations, uttering false checks, and fleeing from the eluding police. The police department has said that the bovine fugitive is not considered dangerous, but has been spotted near Interstate 75 in southern Broward County, and has been known to walk onto the road.
Jesus. That's ridiculous.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. I'm not upset about it.
Not even a little bit. All right.
Nope.
All right, you guys wanted it. You guys are going to get it. The Rotten Tomatoes game.
Here it is.
So this week I have, going on the theme of March of Cults, we are going to do cult classic films.
Wow. All right.
And let's just jump right into it. I feel like everybody at this point knows how to play. If you have questions,
They
ask.
do.
So your first film, sir, are you ready?
100%.
First film, Henry Spencer tries to survive his industrial environment, his angry girlfriend, unbearable screams of his newly born child. This is directed by David Lynch and written by David Lynch, starring Jack Nance, Charlotte Stewart, Alan Joseph. From 1977, Eraserhead.
Oh man, I've heard of this movie. I've never seen it.
What?
Yeah.
Remedy that, my dude. It's
I will.
crazy.
I will. But I know that it is a cult classic,
Mhm.
and it's one of the movies that it's like, I'm pretty sure it's on the list of 100 movies you have to see before you die.
Yeah, definitely is.
So I would say it is fresh at 87%.
87%
Yes.
is a fairly good guess because this film is certified fresh at 90%.
I was gonna say 91.
Up 3. That would have been a better guess, but that's okay. Kind of fun fact about this film is Stanley Kubrick made the cast of The Shining in 1980 watch this film, amongst others, to get the mood of filming a horror. And then when production of the film took longer than expected, David Lynch actually had to sleep in the same room as Henry's bedroom for over a year.
Ugh. That does suck.
Are you prepared for your next film? You're at 3. Strong game so far.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Deep in the loins.
All right, good. Are they
Feeling it
frothing?
in my plums.
A day in the life of 2 convenience clerks named Dante and Randall as
Clerks.
they annoy customers, discuss movies, and play hockey on the store roof. That was, of course, directed and written by Kevin Smith, starring Brian O'Halloran, Jeff Anderson, Lynn Gigliotti. Clerks.
He also directed and wrote Red State, which we were talking about earlier.
Right.
Which was what the fuck is that church? The God Hates Fags church.
Oh, Westboro Baptist Church.
Yes, it's a mix between Westboro Baptist Church and the other one that we were talking about earlier. Not Heaven's Gate.
Waco.
Waco, yes.
Waco.
Fucking. I loved that movie.
It was a great film.
Yeah.
You know what's actually kind of funny about this film?
Hmm.
Kind of just like a little jaunt off of the topic. I actually like the second one better.
Do you? Is it because what's her face?
Rosario Dawson? Absolutely.
Oh man, 100%. So beautiful, that lady. I'm gonna say that it's fresh. Also, yeah. Here's the thing with cult classics, right? They're cult classics for a reason, and
They
I
were
feel
not
like all
popular.
of them are gonna be. Really? Because
What makes it a cult classic and not just a classic?
well, yeah, it wasn't
Popular out the gate.
it wasn't popular at the time.
Yeah.
But
Became popular later.
afterwards it was. And because of that, I feel like all the ratings are going to be fairly high. So Clerks, I'm going to say, is fresh at 80%.
80 what percent?
84. Yes. Yep.
All right. And Clerks was indeed, as you said, fresh. But how fresh? Fresh at 63? Was it fresh at a perfect 100?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
And that's why you're guessing 84, which was, again, another great guess because it came out at 80% certified fresh.
Oof. All right.
7.
That's terrible. Not
And
terrible.
Kevin Smith was actually a keen comic book fan, as we all know. And he actually,
Obviously.
to create this film, sold a large part of his collection to help fund this film. He had since been able to buy most of them. Not all of them. And
Go ahead.
Kevin Smith worked in the store they shot the film.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. After they shot for 21 straight nights, would clock in at 6 a.m., finishing at 11 p.m.
Yeah.
That's
it
a
was
long
like Zack
shift.
and Mary makeup.
Yeah. And
Clerks.
so they would shoot till then. They would go back and shoot till 4 a.m., which he would try to grab an hour or two of sleep before getting ready to go back to work
Yeah.
every day. God, that would suck. That's a long day.
I mean, kickstart a career, you know?
22 hours of work. 21. Also, Kevin Smith was originally casting himself as Randall, which is why Randall got some of the best.
Randall's.
Wouldn't it be
solid.
weird if Kevin Smith wasn't Silent Bob?
It would be. Have you seen the new one?
Which wasn't
The
in the
Jay
film.
and Silent Bob Strike Back?
I saw Strike Back.
No, not Strike Back. The new one. I don't. What it's called now, actually.
Was it just Jay and Silent Bob?
No, it's just released last year.
Yeah, I know, but I think it was something.
It is. Oh,
Jay and Silent Bob
Jay and
reboot.
Silent Bob reboot. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. This is post Kevin Smith heart attack, so he's thin.
Yeah, he
Is
the weight.
very thin. Yeah. It's funny. I remember him talking about because he went vegan
Mhm.
or whatever, and he was talking about taking him and Kim Muse to a vegan restaurant, and he's like, "Dude, you won't believe this vegan cheese. It tastes just like cheese, like the real cheese, because they'd get vegan nachos, or you'd get vegan nachos at this place."
Mm-hmm.
And in his mind, he's like, "Yeah, this is just like cheese. Like they're gonna end up having like an expose on this fucking restaurant and find out that it's real fucking cheese." And Jason Mewes is like, "Bro, I don't think you remember what cheese tastes like, because this is real shit. It's awful." But yeah, just off topic, weird thing.
Love it.
Continue.
All right. Next film. A newly engaged couple have a breakdown. Isolated area must seek shelter at the bizarre residence of Dr. Frank Furter. This was directed by Jim Sharman, written by Richard O'Brien and Jim Sharman, starring Tim Curry, Susan Sarandon, and Barry Bostwick, from 1977.
The
The Rocky Horror Picture Show. Very good.
I love this movie. Love it. I've loved this movie since I was a kid. I remember my mom loved this movie, right?
Yeah.
So she would watch it from time to time, and I was just in it, like 100%. And that's Alec Baldwin, isn't it?
Not in it. Barry Bostwick.
Who's? No, it's not.
Dive in.
I thought it was Alec Baldwin. Oh no! I'm thinking of Beetlejuice. Alec Baldwin, Beetlejuice. My bad.
Guy did look like Alec.
He did look like him. But fucking A, dude. And this movie has such a cult following. Like when it came out, sure, probably not the biggest thing, and Tim Curry wasn't the biggest thing at the time. But since this movie has come out, there are still like live action fucking reenactments to this movie now.
Yeah.
Like in theaters and shit, you know? I'm gonna again fresh 90%, 93, 93, 9-3.
Of course, this movie is fresh. How fresh? Correct answer is about 79% fresh.
Ooh, that was rough. Really?
Thought it'd be higher too.
Man, so did I.
Kind of threw
You
you a
got fucking-
curveball.
You got fucking meatloaf, like bat out of hell meatloaf, not like shitty meatloaf.
Yeah. Not
Like,
I would do
it's-
anything for love
it-
meat.
Yeah, no. And I would do anything for love. And the
Okay.
water said it would do.
You're 21 points. Still not bad. This is better than usually my first get. Your whole game. All right, so this was actually, you know how you said that Tim Curry wasn't popular yet? That was because it was actually his theatrical.
No shit, was it
Yeah,
really?
this is film.
I
It's
did not know that.
a cult classic. Bad. And most of the actors and actresses weren't told of the prop corpse of Eddie under the dining room tablecloth, which is when it was revealed during filming, their looks of horror are completely genuine. Only 3 who knew of it were Tim Curry, Richard O'Brien, who had to model for them.
Yeah. I love that movie so much. Dawn, Marsha, Rocky. Like, so good. That went on for like 2 minutes. And it was, God, just everything about it was so good. And Susan Sarandon looked good, you know?
79.
She was very young. Yeah, she was young. Yeah,
Last fun fact on this one, I didn't like that movie.
What? Really?
Like it.
Why?
I don't like music as a whole.
Like any musical you don't like?
I couldn't name you a single musical, but I've seen not a single one.
I can't think of any off the top of my head, but dude, it was such a fun movie.
Cats, Chicago. None
Cats
of
is
those.
fucking garbage. I loved Chicago too. Chicago was very good.
There's another one with Anna Kendrick that came out not too long ago. Like that one.
Fucking. Oh shit! What was it? Pitch Perfect.
No.
Is that what you're
Pitch
talking
Perfect I liked because it wasn't a musical. Movie with me.
It was essentially a musical. That's
Essentially,
essentially what that is.
oh, it's a movie
It's-
about songs. Like
Oh my
those.
fucking god! It's exactly the same
I'll
thing.
tell you the movie I was.
It is acting, impromptu song, acting.
The
more
song itself doesn't push the plot of the film. That's the difference.
Okay. Fair.
Actually, I think that's a fairly good. Into the Woods.
That. Oh god, that movie's fucking terrible.
I
I
didn't like
hate. I hate that. I couldn't get through it, and I sat through Gummo,
I saw it in the
and
fucking.
I couldn't. Oh, that's rough. Marie and I tried watching, and I'm like, no, I can't stay awake for this. This is fucking terrible.
It was really, really hard to follow too. Like I don't
Yeah.
know what's happening because I'm not listening to songs and don't like it.
Apparently, we went from fucking Jack's Beanstalk, and now we're in Cinderella. What the fuck happened?
It was not a good movie.
It's been 5 minutes.
Yeah, even the big ones.
Yeah. Is that my next movie?
No,
Into the Woods? Okay.
your next film
Okay.
is I love this film. A listless and alienated teenager decides to help his new friend win a class presidency in high school.
Oh god.
He must
Napoleon
deal
Dynamite?
with the bizarre and family life back home. It was
for
directed
Pedro.
by Jared Hess, written by
If only Coach put me in fourth quarter.
starring John Heder, Efren Ramirez, and Grind. 2004. Napoleon.
Oh man, Napoleon Dynamite. That movie grew on me over time, right?
You can't watch it one time. You have to watch
No,
it twice.
I hated it.
The first time you watch it, you're like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Exactly. That's exactly
What
happened.
is
I'm
this?
like, this is fucking pointless. Like, there are a few things that made me laugh, like him getting hit with a football off the bike every time, like, yeah.
Or when he racked himself trying to take the sledgehammer off a sweet jump.
yeah. And the fucking
Your mom goes
dance
to
number
college.
at the end was impressive. I was like, wow, good job, man. But
The thing that about this movie too that was kind of like weird is that no one part of the movie is based off another. So you could come into the dead center of the film, completely get it the same as if you started at the very beginning.
Yeah.
The only thing you're gonna miss is like witty lines, like your mom goes
Yeah.
to college. You'll have all of your crap in my.
we're in chat rooms, every day, so it's pretty,
Talking sweet
pretty
babes.
serious. Yeah. Talk to sweet babes online. This one I want to say is fresh, but not. It's not something that everybody's gonna like, and I don't think critics liked it a whole lot because it takes multiple viewings to truly appreciate it, right?
Mhm. That's an astute observation.
Is it? I feel like we just talked about that.
I didn't think about that.
Lolita said the same thing. I loved it by the third time.
It's one of my favorite movies now.
I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites, but I like it a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely one of my favorites.
I'm gonna say it is fresh, but at like 76%. Yeah, going with that. 76.
Well, Napoleon Dynamite is going to be one of our lowest scoring films.
Oh no.
How much lower is it going to go? We may not ever really know because it actually is still certified fresh at 71%. Gain another 5 points.
That's not terrible.
One of the lower ones we have tonight. We have
Yeah.
Fun facts. John Heder actually drew all the drawings in the movie except for the unicorn.
I didn't know
And
that.
he actually did put 2 hours into the I don't know if that's true or not. Here's another one for you. You don't know how much John Heder got paid to do this movie?
Like $30,000.
He got paid $1,000. Film that
What?
he played Napoleon and the grossed over times.
And he didn't have craft services. He was really cots out of his fucking pocket.
Yeah, he had thoughts.
That was real.
And then, despite playing high school students, John Heder and Efren Ramirez are respectively 26 and 31 years old.
Fuck.
And then, like I mentioned, a fun fact about his dance routine at the end. For Napoleon's dance routine, director Jared Hess and John Heder improvised the dance to 3 different songs, and then Hess took the best 3 moves from each song and then spliced them all together.
It was very well done, that dance routine. I remember watching it, and I was like, man, I wish I could dance like that.
Mm-hmm.
This fucking nerd can dance. I want to dance.
So to accomplish that, what they would have to do is have him dance to all the songs he was going to dance to. He did legitimately freestyle all of them, but then some of them are like the tempos of the songs are different, so his body movements are actually sped up and slowed down to make it into the same tempo of one song. It was technically not really him dancing like that, and it's
But the rhythm that he got was real. Like, that was the smooth movements. Those were real things that he got.
movie magic.
He attained to those.
Movie magic. But he did
don't
do
know.
the move themselves.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Those were chef's kiss.
Mm-hmm. It was great.
Fantastic.
Don't get me wrong. Loved it. Everything about that film. One of my favorite. Oddly enough, it's one of my favorite films, and there is no sex, no drugs, no alcohol, no swearing,
Is there no
just-
swearing in there?
a single bad word.
No shit. Wow. Yeah. Wouldn't
Not even
normally
any
be up my
rock and
alley,
roll.
but
I loved it.
I liked it a lot.
Are you ready for your final film? The
Yes.
final.
What am I at right now?
You are at about 26.
Okay.
Still a pretty strong game. Maybe one of your better
Yeah.
ones. Definitely making up for last time.
Yeah.
All right. Last film. You can get this based off the description. I'll eat my own. 5 friends travel
I'm ready.
to a cabin in the woods. Where they
Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, we already did that one.
I
No
know.
reboots.
All right.
Where they unknowingly release flesh-possessing demons. This was directed, you're going to get after this, by Sam Raimi, written by Sam Raimi,
Oh, Evil Dead.
starring Bruce Campbell, Alan Sandberg,
All right.
Richard DeMonic. 1981.
Chomping down that
Evil Dead.
hand right now.
It's from the description.
Oh, no.
Stop trying to eat your hand.
So we're talking original Evil Dead, right?
OG,
With Bruce Campbell. Okay.
1981.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that is a cult classic. Because, man, that movie was proper fucked.
Yeah, it was pretty out there.
Yeah. It's like, hey, we're gonna have this lady get raped by a tree. What? A tree.
Yeah, tree's going to get after it.
Yeah. Fuck. This is gonna be very similar in that I don't think it was rated real high by critics initially. Fuck, even afterwards, because I mean it's very aware of what it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's very campy and it's real fucking weird. and it's very B movie for the sake of being B movie, you know?
It was Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is granted, I'll tell it to you later. Tell the story. Shoot your shot.
Tell the story.
I'll put it in at the.
Regale us with the tales of fucking Evil Dead. I'm gonna say it's fresh. Not high though. 70%.
So sorry, 70 what?
7.
It's actually your first guess.
Ugh.
What does that mean, that you guessed too high? Or that you guessed too low?
Too low.
You went low?
I do.
Not overshot?
No. I guess
Critics
too low.
like this?
I think eventually they did because it's cumulative, not upon inception of the movie.
That's correct. It is in fresh. But how fucking fresh is it?
Probably 92.
That would have been a much better guess because it's almost a near perfect 95%.
Fuck me.
And this is how you can't get in your head over this fucking game, because a lot of the times it doesn't make sense. Realistically, the acting wasn't that good. Special
No, it
effects were fairly terrible. Like, it was not that good of a movie. However, beloved by many.
I love that movie. Like me, 96. Me rating it. But
Yeah, you should have just rated it off what you thought. You
Yeah.
had one. And now I gotta
love
figure out the
that
math
fucking
on
movie.
it.
I watch that movie like yearly. I watch that movie. Nani actually wanted to watch it recently.
Oh, tell me what.
Oh, we did. She wanted to watch the new one, and I didn't realize that for like 3/4. It's like, this is old. I'm like, it is. Then we watched the new one also.
A couple of things on this one is now in newer high def versions older high def versions. Like when they first started going to DVD, you can find one of those earlier print copies. One of the scenes over the house was a picture of a gigantic full moon where you can see where the darkness changes, where you can see where he crudely cut out a picture of the moon and pasted it into the film so you can actually see it. It's since been color corrected, but if you can catch an early copy of it, you can easily see it. Like, it's obvious.
That's awesome.
And Sam Raimi's college film, and the original script called for characters to be smoking marijuana when they were in the first list tape. They actually decided to try this for real, and the entire scene had to be later reshot due to their uncontrollable behavior. And then
That's awesome. I didn't know that. That's
fun fact. The blood is a combination of Caros, which is like high sugar. You give a diet when her blood sugar is low, because very high. It's kind of like corn syrup.
Yeah.
Non-dairy creamer and red food coloring. So you mix those together, and then that is what. At one point, Bruce Campbell's shirt that he in the film was so saturated that after drying it by a fire, the shirt became solidified. Dropped it, broke.
That's fantastic.
They had to get him a new shirt.
As you do.
And your total score for this round,
Like 850?
44. Well done, my friend.
That's not terrible.
That is
not
a
the worst.
phenomenal game. When your goal is to keep it under 100, kept it
Yeah.
all some high. I would say in chat, but everybody, I'm down to see the viewers.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's a good fucking time, man.
And that's all she wrote.
There it is. Fucking A.
Do you guys have a favorite cult classic movie? Maybe would like a.
There it is.
We would love to hear from you. Leave a description below, or in our respective Discord. We would love to discuss it with you, talk with you, commune openly. Do I look like a cult leader right now with my look like G?
You do. Yeah. Hold on, let me try.
Do it. Get the fuck out of here. You look like you were a member of Typo Negative.
Did you say look like a member of Typo Negative?
Yeah.
But yeah, fucking A. This was the Bloody and Sutty show. Today we talked about,
Well, coronavirus.
cults. We talked a lot about coronavirus.
Did.
We wide tangent on coronavirus.
We think we did more on coronavirus than we did on cults.
We absolutely did. But the herd mentality is similar in the two, right?
So is. With one came the other.
Yeah. So, I mean, as with anything in life, take things seriously, but, be mindful. Yeah, be mindful of the stock that you put into other people's words and other people's thoughts. And actions, and always do what's best for you and what's best for those around you that you love and cherish. But above all else, leave a comment down below, like and subscribe. And we appreciate you being here. Love you endlessly. I have been SuttySmash throughout this tumultuous time, in this difficult economic time. This has been...
I'm Bloody the Elf.
Yeah.
Reminding you guys, keep it posy. Bomber.